One big exhale and then 2.
Hello.
Good morning, everybody. Hopefully you guys are ready to literally hit the reset button. We're going to give you another minute or two to kind of gather some accoutrement. You are going to need nothing but your bodies, a large open space to do some stretching. You will probably have it to your disposal, a couch or maybe a hassock or something that you can hold on to. If you can see behind me, I have some things you could utilize. A towel, we'll be using that to stretch the back of our legs. You'll need a broomstick or a dowel that could work for stretching. We'll show you how to do all that. And then, like I said, maybe the couch. If you can utilize a couch or maybe a hassock, the end of a couch, the arm of a couch would be just fine. Alrighty, we'll give everybody maybe like another minute or so to kind of recap, and I'll talk to you guys again. All right, and so far we have Miss Gower and Kathy Gray. Good morning, everybody. And those that just signed in. For all of you guys watching at home, I'm Sean from 212 Health and Performance. We're going to just be giving you a literal reset, a few stretches to get you ready for the next week of exercising and walking. And again, tools that may be needed. If you have a towel, that would be helpful. Or if you practice yoga, a yoga strap would be helpful. If you have a very thick band that is sturdy, that doesn't have a lot of give to it, it's very thick, that will be helpful. And maybe a couch end or the end of a hassock, or maybe even a chair. A sturdy chair would suffice. And then last but not least, maybe a dowel, a broomstick, a long stick that you can hold on, something long and firm that we can utilize for stretching our chest and our upper backs. Alrighty? So I've literally given you guys a minute. Good morning, Michael, and he is here as well. Good morning, buddy. Hopefully your beard is full and lively. We can get started by getting your way down to the floor. We have Heather with us today.
Hi.
So, how about you guys start? We're going to start with, and Carrie. Carrie's with us today. Good morning. So, we'd like you guys to start on hands and knees. We're just going to do some breathing. I want you to practice all 4 belly breaths. What that's going to be like is you're going to be on all 4s. You're going to drop. You're going to try to get your stomach almost to touch the floor. If ever humanly possible, to literally inhale as you round your upper back. Now from this position, fill your belly full of air. Try to get your stomach to touch the edge of your shirt, and try to get your shirt to touch down towards the floor. Breathe in. When you do this, you should actually feel your abdomen tightening, because it's very hard to push your upper back and your stomach in opposite directions. So you're actually engaging your stomach muscles, turning them on, breathing in. Over exaggerate your exhale. Imagine there are a batch of leaves on the floor and you're trying to blow away the sand and the leaves off the ground. Breathe in. Good. Now from there, flatten back out. Give yourself some kneeling rock back. So you're going to flatten out your back. You're going to dip your toes into the floor if possible. And you're just going to ease your way back. Try to push from your palms, your butt into your heels. Walk your palms about another inch forward. Reset and go again. Breathe in through the nose. Same thing. As you rock forward, give another centimeter or inch forward with your palms. Rock back. One more time. Inch those fingers and palms forward. When you get gotten here, I'd like you guys to take both hands, crawl them to the far right. Keep your butt by your heels, breathing in. Try to fill all the space in that left armpit with air. Take a deep, deep, deep breath in. And as you exhale, sink your tush, your butt to the back left corner of the room while keeping your left hand as far to the right as possible. So your fingers are stuck and you're rocking your body away. Take one more deep breath. Nice Nice little stretch for your lats. We're gonna go cross over to the left side. So your left hand will reach as far as you can. Right hand will try to match where that left hand is. Stick your butt out to the furthest corner of the right side of the room. Give me one more deep breath. Inhale. Over exaggerate, exhale. The power of sighing. Sighing is actually very good. It's very good for resetting your breathing system. So just let sighs out. Socially acceptable today, all right? Today, I'm going to have you, not so much tomorrow, Carrie says. It's on the schedule. One day, no sighing. That's right. Absolutely not. So, hands and knees again now, if I'm facing forward towards you, what we're going to do is you're going to take your right leg and straighten it out behind you. So this is what it looks like. The right leg will be back behind you. What you're going to do is you're going to swing that right leg as far to the left as possible. You're going to sit into your heels. If this bothers your knee for whatever reason, put a pillow and place it right underneath your kneecap. Right? We're going to try to get a stretch on the outside of the hip, your IT band, your butt, all that musculature that we've been sitting on. You're going to take your left forearm, ease your way down so the elbow almost touches your kneecap. We're going to do the same thing we did the first time. You're going to take that right hand. Now you're going to reach as far to the left across your body as possible. Again, don't force anything. It's going to look different for everybody. So again, you're filling those spaces between your ribs and your armpit, full of air. Every time you exhale this time, I want that right hand to inch and crawl with your fingers as far forward to the left as possible. So we're kind of recapping, redoing the same drill we just did, but now we're getting a stretch on the outside of that hip and glute and butt. When you've had enough of that, slowly press the eject button, come back to hands and knees. Eject. Eject. Mailman, eject. Now, left leg will go straight back. Swing over to the right. Now, if you're right-handed or right-sided dominant, this is going to be a little bit different. As you can see for me, it's a lot tighter. So when I drop my forearm to my kneecap, it's going to be a little bit shorter. To ease the tension on my hip and my knee, I will back up just a hair from there. So you can see I just inched my way back gently. Drop down to the forearm. Now left hand will reach across to the right. Try to get comfortable in your own skin. Inhale. As you exhale, melt your body into the position. As you sink into the right. As you're inhaling and crossing up all those intercostal muscles by your ribs. Inhale through them. Get a big stretch as you exhale and reach as far to the right as possible. Excellent. Again, press the eject button and do a nice little half kneeling last time stretch. So let's go left foot in front of you. Take your right hand out in front. Now, with your right hand, your left hand, grab it by the wrist, bring your arm up. What I'd like you guys to do is you're going to tilt one more time over to the left. We'll get a nice last time lat stretch. Same thing, just gonna breathe in. When you do this, tighten up your right butt cheek, shoot your right hip to the right side of the room, and kind of ground that right foot and shin down. You can see me from the side. Pushing down here now. Anchoring myself as I get a nice stretch. Move my body to the left, but I'm stretching my right side. Carefully shake that out. Remember, you're grabbing at the wrist. Make sure you're not grabbing at the top of your hand. You don't want to be pulling at the top of the hand. Just underneath where you probably put a watch. Right foot in front. Arm up. Breathe in. And again, you might find a little difference on this side. Really anchor that left side hard into the floor. You're pushing your left hip to the left side of the room. One more deep breath, please. And relax. Excellent job. Now, I'm going to have everybody here, so everybody at home, please lay on your backs, please. You're going to lay on your back. We're going to do something called supine 90-90. If you have the options for a wall, like Kerry does. Kerry's got a pillar here. I'm gonna ask him to come up. So he's gonna have on his back, and he's gonna try to lift his legs up against the wall here. If you don't have a wall, you can do it just like Heather's gonna do it. Heather's gonna scoot forward. And what you're gonna do is call figure four. Ready? So you're gonna do a figure four. I'd like everybody to cross their left foot over their right leg. So if you're up against the wall like Kerry, his right leg is straight, you can see. He's crossed over. You're gonna try to make sure that Kerry's got his back snug against, and his lower back's flat to the wall. He's gonna get the support of the wall, so the lower back doesn't have any chance of wiggling or turning or arching. Heather will have the same thing. She won't have the sturdiness of the wall, just prop up the other leg. So she's gonna bring her right leg up. And now, if you have the mobility, if you have the room to do so, you can hug underneath that one leg and pull in. What Kerry's gonna do is he's gonna gently put both of his hands on his leg that's crossed. And as he exhales, only as he exhales, he's gonna inhale through his stomach, the nose and stomach. He's gonna get nice and full. As he exhales and breathes out, he's gonna gently push that left knee down. So as you can see from Heather, she's doing the same thing. If you have the room and you'd like to, you can bring that leg all the way up. That right leg will get an extra hamstring stretch on that side too. If, for whatever reason, being on the floor is not comfortable for you, you can do it like I'm doing it. Seated 90-90. So 90 degrees in both directions. 90 here, 90 here. All right. So I have my left leg up here. Don't crank down or push down hard. What Kerry's doing is he's gently pushing down on that leg. What Heather's doing, she's gently pulling in that other hamstring to get a stretch on the outside of her left leg. I'm not pushing down, so please do your best to inhale, gently push. If you're doing the seated like I am, try to make sure you're not shrugging up. Make sure you're not coming up when breathing in, all right? Try to get those shoulders pinned back and down. When you guys are ready at home, and if you guys here are ready, take your hands off, the eject button out of that leg, switch sides. Kerry's he's got a wall, yes, but he also has a pillar. If you have the chance to do this in a door frame, it's gonna be a little bit easier. You'll have a little more wiggle room to wiggle around that spot. Again, you'll find a little difference on both sides. Again, I'll show you seated. And this might be different for everybody. Breathing in. So if you're not keen on being flat on the floor, you can try this from a seated position. Make sure it's a firm chair. If you have one of those big couches where your butt sinks in all the way, this is not going to be helpful. You need a firm chair, so sit on the edge of that chair. 3 more deep breaths. Over-exaggerate. Remember, try to de-stress the neck muscles. Make sure you're breathing in through the nose, and when you're breathing in, same as when we started, you're getting that stomach nice and big. Over-exaggerating the exhale. And exhale, you're doing that big sigh. Carefully press the eject button on that. Now that I have my friends on the floor, we're going to do something a little bit different. I asked you guys to gather up in your house a towel, so I'm going to get these guys a towel. If you don't have a towel, you can, don't worry, it's freshly washed. If you don't have a towel, you can use a strap. Right? A dog leash will suffice.
A belt?
A belt. A belt. Thank you. Again, a thick band, or maybe a yoga strap or a stretching strap, a dog leash, as Heather mentioned, a belt, a long belt. I'm going to carry this one. My long belt. Your long belt to do this. If you ever were.
My belt's getting longer by the day.
Hopefully, all of your belts are not getting longer. Who remembers this with the belt?
Yes.
You knew you were
Sean all the time.
You heard that, you knew you were in trouble. All right, so you're gonna lay flat on your back, and you're gonna do a hamstring stretch and a glute stretch. So this drill, you're gonna take your strap and get it around the arch of your foot and lay down flat. You decree how much tension you put in. Start at a position where you feel a stretch. Don't start at a position where it's completely stretched out. Just a gentle stretch in the back of the leg. Try not to lock out the leg completely. See how this is completely locked out? Soften the knee, a little bit soften the knee. What we have you guys do is you're gonna push your heel into the end of the belt or the end of the strap as hard as you can for these 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, push down hard. Pull, pull, pull. 4, 3,
2, 1 on release. Gently pull back. So you can see I added a little range of motion there. It's called a PNF stretch, a proprio-neuromuscular facilitation. It's fancy words for magic. So you're gonna do that one more time. You're gonna push hard into the edge of the strap in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time we're going for 10 seconds. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Squeeze those hamstrings, calves, and relax. All right. If you can, on the other leg, you can see my other leg here on the ground. I'm trying my best to keep my lower back and my other leg flat. If you find that you are wiggling and moving around a bunch, try to anchor yourself and put that foot flat, or push your other leg up against the wall or something that's going to be sturdy. One more time. This time it's going to be 5 seconds. Pushing into the strap. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Good. What we're going to do now is we're going to gently, with your right elbow that's holding the strap, you're going to try to rest that on the ground. And prop it up like a kickstand. Going to stretch your inner thighs out to the outside. Take your left hand, put it on your left hip. Make sure that's pinning it down to the ground. Just relax with the rest of your body. Breathing in. If you feel like you're holding your leg up with your inner thigh, that's why you have your elbow there. Treat it like a kickstand, like a bike. You're gonna rest the weight of your leg on that forearm and elbow and tricep that's holding the strap. Try to let that leg stretch. Do your best to make sure it's not turned on and squeezing. Try to just relax it. So that's the inner thigh stretch. Now, carefully, let's bring that guy back up. We're gonna switch hands, right to your left hand. Mat and flatten out your right hand and pull it across your body gently. You're gonna do the same thing on that left side. You're gonna prop up the elbow so it's on the ground. You should feel a stretch again with the outside of the hip by your IT band from your kneecap to your butt. Again, if you feel like you're doing a lot of work where you're squeezing that leg to hold it in place, just let it relax. Use that left elbow and forearm to do all the work and just let it hang out there. If you feel like your thigh, your quadricep is tight, look at your kneecap. Is your kneecap up or down? If your kneecap's up, that means your thigh is doing all the work and holding up your leg. You're not getting a true stretch right there. Just try your best to let it relax. Carefully bring that leg up. Switch, please. Swing that through. We're gonna do the same thing. First one is gonna be 5 seconds. Make sure that right leg is straight now. We're gonna push in 3, 2, 1. Push, 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 push. 2, 1. Relax. Pull it towards you. So every time we relax, we're using that same breath we practiced and did in the beginning. You're exhaling out, and you're just bringing that leg and that toe closer towards you. Not at the expense of your lower back, not at the expense of pulling out your hamstrings. 10 seconds now. Pulling hard on the strap. 3, 2, 1. Push, 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 push. Push that heel through that strap. Pull hard with your arms. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. If you don't look like a rocket just yet, we can keep practicing this. It'll be the goal for the day for everybody to do a full split.
Nice, I can't wait.
How many days do we have?
You have plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
In phase 9, we'll be doing full splits.
Sweet.
Hopefully, there's only 3 phases. Relax your leg. We're going to do the same thing for 5 seconds now. 1, 2, 3, and pull, pull, pull. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Nice job. All right. Now we're going to get that inner thigh stretch. You're going to give a little slack on that strap and slowly flop down to the left elbow and tricep. Again, if you find that you're seeing your kneecap be straight and your thigh look tense, try to relax it. Make sure your quadricep is not doing all the weight, all the work. Take that right hand, put it down on your right hip. Make sure that's flat to the ground. Make sure you're not pulling at your low back to keep your body like this. Big exhales. Do another 2 deep breaths. We'll pull the thing right across our body for a stretch on the outside on the left. 3, 2, 1. Switch hands carefully. Same thing, gently take your left hand, put it on the floor. If you can get your right elbow to touch the ground.
Oh,
Might be a little tight, something a little different every time.
I also feel it in my, like below my knee, is that fine?
Heather's feeling a little residual below her knee. Is that the front or the back?
So on the side.
On the side. So that's the base of your iliotibial tract, your IT band. I would suggest doing some soft tissue work after this. But it is not this day we do the soft tissue work. You may do that with us another time. Carefully let go. Press the eject button. Now, since we're already on the ground, we'll do our supine 90-90 upper back stretch. So what I'd like you guys to do is put your knees to your chest. Let's get a little loose. Go side to side. And if you're ready, you're going to flop over to your right side with both knees together. Take your left hand, put it on your chest like you're saying, I pledge allegiance. And gently melt it so your elbow's touching the floor and flops down to the side. So your hand is open like you're saying, hi, welcome, come on in. With your hand open. Now if you find out your hand is not touching the ground at all, it means we have some work to do.
yep.
So extend your right hand up and let's collapse, roll over to the right, have both hands meet. Pinning your right hand to the floor, gently wave your left hand, and as you turn to the left, use that sigh where we're practicing. Come back, breathe in through the nose. Big exhale and sigh. We're gonna do 5 repetitions here, so 2 more. Again, if your shoulder is not allowing this, pull your chicken wings together. And really, as you bring that left arm towards the floor, over-exaggerate your exhales and just let all the air out of your body. You might find a little difference. It's easy to hold tension in our upper bodies and our necks. You may be holding that tension up that's not allowing that shoulder. Good. Now, fun little trick. You're just gonna roll your spine over, bring both knees over to the left. Collapse your right hand on top. Hi there. Welcome. You're gonna breathe in. Turn to the right. Big exhale. Now just moving the arm. Breathe in. Again, 5 reps we're gonna do on this side. You will find the major difference between this side and your left side, especially if you're right side dominant. You might be very efficient at it and be able to get that thing all the way flat to the floor. Optimally, that's the goal, is to get both sides of your upper back to be as flat without putting pressure on your low back, creating more space in your upper back. So the lower back is limited to do small rotations and very few, very few back bends, would they be, or hyperextensions. Your upper back can extend and then flex fairly well, or should anyway. So we're gonna come up to a seated position. We're gonna channel our best column A running position. You're gonna take your left heel, bring it next to your groin. You're gonna swing your right leg back behind you. As you sit forward, a little runner stretch. We're gonna add a little spice to this one. You're gonna drop your left palm back behind you. Slowly ease down your forearm. Now you should have a nice stretch in your quadricep and hip, windmill.
Ow.
Fight resistance.
We're gonna carry some cardboard. We're gonna break. We go on break. Now let's add a little bit of what we just did. You're gonna take your your right hand. You're gonna breathe in. As you turn and exhale gently. Do this 3 times.
Struggling over
This is
here.
painful.
This one's tough. Heather does do a lot of sitting, unfortunately.
Yes, it does.
Out of the group of us here, she definitely sits the most, taking care of all your digital needs.
Ones.
Good. Carefully Spider-Man your way out. Swing those legs up and over. Again, you may feel a big difference on this side. All right. Channel column, hurtling over something weird. A fence. Right hand down. Ease your forearm to the floor. Sit back as far as you can. Again, stretch the hip. You feel your thigh, your quadricep. Once we're here for another 3 breaths. You do that reach, breathing in. When we do this, it's not at the expense of our low backs. So stop where you feel like you can't go any further. All right, absolutely fine. We're only doing 3 reps. Breathing in. Little rotation and extension of the upper back. Last one. Big exhale. All right, press the eject button. Make your way back up. Alrighty. We're gonna do another half kneeling stretch. At any point, you guys need to get water. So if these fine folks behind me need to get some water, please do. It's important to hydrate when you're doing your stretches. If you're going to do like a restorative class like this, or if you're gonna take a yoga class, make sure you're always hydrating, make sure you're always breathing. And this is work too. This is not just arbitrarily stretching and I'm not getting anything. And I'm actually getting good sweat. Pretty sure these guys are. Heather's moaning and groaning like this is a full class. Poor thing. So, half kneeling position again. We're gonna get those pesky triceps. You're gonna try to pat yourself on the back like Barry Horowitz. Take your other hand, gently pull at the elbow. When you do this, the key, you want to make sure the spine is happy. Take your rib cage, the bottom of your rib cage, crunch them down, squeeze your butt in your stomach, and then try to inch those fingers as far back down your back as you can. Breathe in. It's dual action because you're actually going to get a nice stretch in your hip while you're getting a stretch in your tricep. Do one more. And let's switch legs. Let's switch arms. So you might be a little bit tighter on your dominant side. So it's going to need some more coaxing. You'll actually see how tied in your upper lat and upper back muscles are to how tight this tricep can be. Two more breaths. And carefully shake that out. Excellent job. All right, so now's about the time we're going to use some different tools. I'm going to have you guys grab a seat and have these guys grab themselves a seat, either a chair or one of our benches. We're also going to be using your broomstick soon. So if you want to take a small break, gather that stuff, get yourself a seat, and get yourself a towel. A dowel or a broomstick. We have these ones here. So get yourselves a seat. With your stick, we're going to do a little bit of standing drills. We're going to take a step forward before we sit down, but I just want you to have your seats ready. You're going to put your left foot forward. If you have a broom, make sure the broom end is at the bottom for this one, or if it's a mop. You're going to take dull end. You're going to pretend you're going to stab your left hand. So left foot is forward, right foot is slightly back. You're looking at me, I'm not in a huge split position. What you're going to do is you're going to have a rigid right hand, loose left hand. You're going to come across your body. And from here, you're not fighting. You're not doing any pushing down. You're actually allowing that left hand to get pushed back by the broom. And it should be in an L-like position, your arm. Come back down like you're rowing, breathing in. So you should look like you're in Las Vegas or Rome, pushing a gondola. Yes, I am. No?
Yeah, it's good.
All right, thanks, buddy. You're gonna do 5 repetitions, guys. Breathe in. Make sure that you're not shrugged up. Pull back down. Again, it's another dual action one. You're getting a nice stretch in this right hip. while you're getting a stretch in this left chest and shoulder area. Finish that 5th one. Now we'll switch hands. Right foot forward. Left foot's going to go back. Left arm is going to be rigid. Right hand will be loose. You're going to stab the palm. You're going to breathe in. Breathe in. Putting more pressure. You can choke up on the grip. You can move that palm up. It's rigid. And really get a big push. Now the key is to make sure when you're doing this, you're not twisting at the back like so. Already, that's not what we're looking for. We're making sure this is staying in one position. You're stretching that left hip now. You're stretching the right chest muscles, pectoralis muscles. One more, why not? Good. Now this is a tough drill. You're gonna have light fingers. You're gonna kind of floss out your shoulders. You can do this with towel if you want, or if you have a dowel. I have very, very tight shoulders. We might need something a little bit longer. If you don't have anything that's a little longer, you can take like maybe a band. It might be the right distance. You're gonna floss through, up, and back over. We're gonna do 10 reps. Up, and back over. So if you have very, very tight or big shoulders like myself and Carrie, you might need something a little bit longer. Ready? So if you have a short dowel, you might need something a little bit longer. If you have a bigger broom. Key also is lower back health. Make sure you're not arching at your low back to push through the range of motion. Squeeze your stomach and your butt. Pull your shoulder blades together. Let them relax. And come back through. Flossing all that out. Good. So now is about the time we're going to be using your seated position. So if you can see behind Heather, she has a box. Carrie and I are going to utilize this one bench. This is where we play Battleship.
Yes.
So maybe a chair will work. Anything you can have seated. If you have the edge of a couch, that'll work. You're going to place your hands like so on the side, and you're going to pretend like you're going to do a push-up. What we'd like you to do is you're going to put your left foot forward. You're going to stretch in again. If you're in a weird banana position like this, you're going to slide that right hand out. Stay away. Turn and reach. Feeling that this is going to get pre-framed, and we're going to end up looking spectacular.
Yes.
Anywhere from 3 to 5 reps. There are different names for this drill. You can utilize this drill. It's a nice stretch for the upper back and hips. Like 3 to 5 reps per side. You have to switch sides. If you want to change it up and make this an actual exercise, you can be soft in the one foot, step back, and then cartwheel your hand over, opening up the chest, opening up the hip on the same side. Step back. If you've been practicing yoga with us, you'll ultimately end up in like a warrior 2-like position. It's just with support. That's all that is. All ready? So nice. If you want to make that more of an exercise drill. Nice job, everybody. Now, we're going to come back down. Everybody can have seats. Heather can sit here. Sit right there. So what you guys are going to do, we're going to do a little neck stretch. All right, trying to keep ourselves distant, obviously, but make sure that we have a seat to do this. You're going to take your right arm out. I'd like you to pull it back behind you as best as possible. With your chin to your chest, not looking up at the screen now. I want you to bring your chin to your chest. With your left hand, gently tilt to the left. When you do this, think about putting your right elbow and wrist into your back pocket on the right side, like you're trying to reach your wallet. Big sighs, big exhales. Ready? Again, try to make sure this is not shrugging up. Make sure this guy's melting down towards the floor. This is your levator scapula muscle. It goes from the base of your neck through your shoulder. Shake out that one arm. Bring that left arm back behind you again. Same thing. Pull the shoulders back. Think good posture. Now bring your chin to your chest. Right hand will gently tilt.
to the right. Excellent job. Do we have any comments? Everybody okay? John, your hands. Janice joined us. Good morning. So 2 more deep breaths in that position. You can obviously do the standing like I was doing. I just want to give you guys a chance to have a seat here. This is a nice one where you don't have to worry about your surroundings. You can kind of just melt into the chair that you're in and gently melt your head to the side. All right. Once you've done that, shake out the arms one more time. You're going to take your knuckles. Now, this is something you guys can do specifically in the shower when your neck is warm from all the hot water. You also have some soap on your knuckles. But one thing that's been probably getting really beat up is your jaws. So you're going to take your knuckles and scrape down by the sides of your jaw. But do it with an open jaw. Open up your mouth slightly. One side might be a little tighter than the other. These are your lateral pterygoids. They are a very tight muscle. These guys tie into your temporalis, or your temples. They tie into the back of your head, your occipitals. Those 3 guys are the main causes for headaches. So if you can kind of beat them to the punch here. So hydration, and if you want to give these guys a try, loosening them up gently, take your knuckles. It's obviously going to be a lot easier. If you don't have dry skin like me, you can put a little soap or water on your face and then drag down softly. Alrighty. Anywhere from 10 to 15 times up and back down, and then you can go side to side if you really want to get in there with your knuckles. Alrighty. Those guys are helpful to release when you have headaches. Okay. But obviously continue drinking water. That didn't feel funky. That didn't feel too funky. Make sure to try it with, like I said, something soft. You can use those scrubby pads for your face and then really dig in there with your fingers. All right, so we're gonna have everybody stand up before we finish our way onto the ground. Do a nice little hamstring stretch. So everybody throw a leg up on here. 3-way hamstring stretch. You're gonna have a soft knee again. You're gonna bend your elbow. Your elbow is going to come into the inside of the groin. Then aim your elbow to touch towards your kneecap on the inside. And then the last one on the outside of the kneecap. That way you're hitting all 3 heads of the 3 muscles of your hamstrings. Let's do this 5 times. Again, soft in the knee, not locked out, bad news bears. Soft, you should feel 3 spots behind the groin and the hamstrings. After you've done 5, switch sides. So 2 on the inside, 1 on the outside. We have 1 more drill with the broomstick, and then we're going to finish off with ye old bretzel, kind of tying everything back in together. So with your with your broomstick, you're going to take your dowel and have your palms up. Excuse me. Oh, man. So Heather has a medium-sized box that'll work if you have like a smaller tabletop, maybe a hassock, or the edge of your coffee table will suffice. If it's a hard spot, you can put down a towel or a t-shirt underneath your elbows. I'm going to give Terry his dowel. He's going to have his palms up. This is called the bench T-spine wobble, or for you today, it's going to be the coffee table T-spine wobble. You're going to tie in all those same things we did before. Remember when we started, we were rocking back, we're doing all that belly breathing. Terry's going to take a deep breath in through his nose. His elbows are not actually off the edge. You can see Heather. Her elbows are not on the edge. She's got a little bit of room here. You're going to rock your butt back to your heels like you guys did earlier. As you do so, you're going to try to curl that bar, like you're going to put it behind your back. You're not going to force anything, you're just going to go with what you got. Now, after that big exhale, you're going to rock forward. Inhale, rock your body forward, and big exhale. So we're getting a little dual action here. You're going to get your upper back. This is a thoracic T-spine, thoracic. Latin for upper back. You're going to try to breathe through that area and get a stretch there. You also get a stretch on the back of your triceps, a little bit of your chest and shoulders. All right. If you can tell, I'm not sure if you can see, when Kerry had started, he looked very rounded at the top. Now he's flattening out. He's getting a really good stretch. And look, you can see
how far back he and Heather's hips have gone. Heather's gotten almost completely flattened out. So a little bit of breathing will help change the difference of how much range of motion you're gonna actually get out of that. I'm gonna ask these guys to do one more deep breath and rock back. Remember, use that sigh, use that breathing, over-exaggerate the exhale. Excellent job, everybody. All right, you can get rid of your dowels. Create some space. We're gonna create some space here. We're gonna move our tables and our coffee tables. We're gonna get back down to the ground. Thanks, guys, good job. So let's make our way back down before. Let's end on a high note. We're gonna see how much range of motion we've created through our upper backs, our hips, and our thighs. So the press stretch is kind of, like I just said, it kind of ties everything in together. So I'd like you guys to everybody take a nap on your left side. If you've been on our 212 classes, we've sometimes ended this way. You're gonna bring your right knee up to your chest. If for whatever reason, you cannot hold it in place with your left hand, prop it up with either a ball or a bunch of pillows. Alrighty? When you hold it, take your left palm and hold it underneath, like cupping the back of your knee. Because you do not, I repeat, you do not want to feel this in your low back. There should be no pulling in the low back. You're gonna take your right hand, like you're saying, I pledge allegiance. You're gonna put it on your chest, you're gonna breathe in. Using those sighs, you're gonna turn and exhale. And I want you guys to look to the right. Okay? Turn so you can see me. So we're getting a little bit of a stretch in the upper back like we practiced earlier. Still practicing our belly breaths. We got a stretch now on the outside of our right hip and glute muscle, that IT band area. Again, you don't want to be pulling and cranking on this because based on where we're at, you can put a lot of pressure in your lower back. No bueno. When you're ready, with that right hand, you extend it out. Here's the trick. Pull back the left toe. You sit forward, grab your left toe. Now we're in the same position. We're getting a quadricep stretch. Over exaggerate the exhale. When you do it, pull your right shoulder blades together with your left. Breathe in. Try to get that right shoulder to be as flat as possible on the ground. The breathing prep via the internet in the early 2000s, like Brett Jones. I'm sure that some smarter person did it 7,000 or 8,000 years earlier. Press the eject button. Carefully come to your low back. Gently roll over to your right side. Bring your left knee up to your chest. Hold it in place with your right hand. Left hand now goes on your chest. Breathe in. Now notice the difference between these two. Is there still a difference? Is it better than it was? Maybe it's not. You just have more breathing work to do. A good amount of soft tissue work can help, but is not the be-all, end-all result. So usually if you're not getting the desired effect from doing foam rolling and soft tissue work, you need more exercise like this to help kind of further cement more mobility. Now, if you're ready, take your left hand, sit forward, grab that right toe, pull it up behind you, quadricep stretch. Pull your left shoulder blade to touch your right. Look to your left, look to your left. Breathe in. On this last exhale, try to relax your entire body and big sigh out. Breathe in. Carefully let go to your spine. We'll do that one more time with the knees to the chest, and we'll do spinal rocks from side to side. When you're ready, roll up to your favorite side. Slowly make your way up. Thanks for joining us today. Hopefully you hit your own reset button. Please hydrate for the rest of the day. If you're able to, we advise you to go for a nice long walk, anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes.
Tomorrow, Carrie, we have
More workouts.
more workouts at 5 p.m. 5 p.m.
TBD.
TBD. That's our new trainer. TBD. That's their initials. So pay attention. For more information, hit us up, give us a call. Please like this video and reshare it and reshuffle it to all of your social media gatherings. We appreciate you joining us on a nice Sunday. Thanks, guys.
212.
Oh, but it's supposed to be quiet.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Press that reset button. Get yourself some water. Again, thank you again for joining us. Please like and reshare this as many times as you would like. Thanks, guys. Hit it.
I'll add your job massage daily. Thanks, Sean.
Say what?
Aaron.
Oh, good.